welcome to our third episode of podcast Youngclips Chair Game. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Doovie, the Don. I'm your local and domestic mobile barber, right? And we got a special guest in here today. You know what I'm saying? Tone. You know what I'm saying? Representing Creme Montreal.
I'm saying Creme Clothing. Creme
Clothing. So yo, Tone, how'd you come up with this name, Creme?
Ooh, I'm trying to break it down, make it sound better, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a long story still. But if you kind of know me, you know I fucked with gear for a while. Okay. Still, so like I've been selling clothing, you know what I mean? Okay. So there's a certain point in time where I decided I was going to start making clothing, like making my own gear and shit. Yeah. And so when I started making it, like I made some pieces and they were like, that's the name I put on them. Like, you know, like you gotta put something on the pieces, right? So it's like, that's the name I have put on those pieces. I made one was like creme de la creme brulee, different shit like that, right? Okay. So basically, once I started like having my own like clothing brand, niggas were like trying to like figure out what's the name gonna be. You know, like what should I call it? And it's like it just came through. Like even some of my brothers were like, "Yo, you gotta call it Creme," because I had made those pieces already. So it's like man's kind of has seen that.
The whole creme name, the actual word creme. Like why creme?
Well, for me, like I know you're saying it kind of like in a French way. For me, it's just cream. Okay. And it's more like cream. Okay. But it goes both ways, you know. Okay, it can be French too, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, cause we're in Quebec, right? We're in Montreal, so that's why I felt. True. That's another thing about it.
That's smart.
I just felt like the name just came naturally and it just fucking worked. Okay. Like it had creme on it, which was French, cream, which is English. Then we all understand kind of the English term, you know, cream, capsules, everything around me, money, you know what I'm saying? And I came from that era of Wu-Tang and shit, so it was like, it made sense, you know, and you got like creme de la creme, the top shit. So it all had these references to shit that just made sense for me, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And then I was just looking for a name because it's like you're gonna do something like you're gonna open the show. So now you're like, oh, what am I gonna call it? And everything keeps slapping me with cream, bro. It was the best. Like I had other names, I can't even remember them right now.
It's all road was just into that.
And it also was what I wanted to do as a brand concept. Because cream could be like cream, it could be anything. Like it's not like I had another one, let's just say sacrilegious. Okay. I love that name, shit's dope. Okay. You know, I'm religious to the bag. But it just feels like it has a certain demographic. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't feel like Nike, like anybody wears Nike. Sacrilegious, your kid ain't wearing sacrilegious. You know what I'm saying? Is religion's the bag? Like it just didn't
It's interesting.
You know, like so it's like in sacrilege and all that shit. I thought it was a dope play on words and I had other names, but they didn't hit like Creme hit the way it hit.
Creme hit still.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? So
alright, so yo, what made you like start designing clothes, period? What made you wanna like, you know, put different things together and just design clothes? Like where'd that come from?
I feel like it was the next step in natural evolution. Like if you're gonna like do something for a while, you're gonna evolve in it. Like I said, I've been selling clothes. So like even if you think about some people I know around here who are bumping, like that guy Central or whatever, nigga sold kicks from the jump. He put them in his backpack, he ran down the street, he was downtown pumping kicks to niggas. That shit had to evolve if that's what he was really fucking with. So it's like I was really fucking with fashion and it had to evolve and become something bigger. So it's like I was selling clothes, it was cool. Then I was like, let me make my own clothes. But that wasn't fully me. So it was like, you know what? It was me, because I'm actually going to get back to doing shit like that, but it's like, I felt like my fashion had to be on everybody's back. Like, it had to be something that people just kind of knew of in a grander way. I explain it, and that was the way to spread it, bro. Make a clothing brand and spread this shit like a man. And it's like...
spreading the gospel.
You know what I'm saying? And then I get to evolve because like now I'm learning how to design because obviously you have ideas in your head, but I didn't go to no designing course. Like I'm a hood nigga, like you know. So it's like
kind of like some people could play instrument by ear, and then somebody went to school for it.
Exactly. So it's like the nigga who plays it by ear just picks up the guitar and starts going, you know. And that's kind of like me. I had to like kind of pick up the computer and kind of figure it out. Yeah, I had YouTube or shit, whatever, because our era is a little different. But I had to figure this shit out.
That's dope. But that's dope.
But yeah, some other niggas go to school for this shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, how long has it been since you officially launched Creme and you've been working on it and started? How long has it been so far?
I'll say 3 years.
3 years?
It hasn't fully been 3 years, but I feel like it's just about to be 3 years.
Okay, that's solid.
So I'm gonna put it there. Like we're missing like maybe a season.
Yeah.
Like about 3 months or so, and it'll be 3 years. Like
that's
in around June.
That's solid. And you see like it's going up.
Yeah. Straight, steady progression. Like first year was hobbyish. Like it's a side thing, and you kind of treat it like a side thing.
Anything is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was also I treated it like a hobby, and I also fucked up the first year because I should have treated it more like there's times where it's like I should have kept pushing to the max, and I was like, oh, it's not where I'm like putting all my energy right now. It's not that like I'm not like you know what I mean. But it's like you have to see the vision before the vision's there, and at that time I seen it, but not fully, dog. I wasn't even on my own vision like that. I was slacking.
Okay, and like because it's called Creme Montreal, right? Is this something that you plan on expanding to other cities, or this is a Montreal thing? Like some people when you travel to Montreal, come look for the Montreal clothing line. Like,
in a way, and because that just shows you how Montreal is so under, how you say the word of it, like niggas don't look at us like we're what's the word? They don't rate us like that.
We're not on the map.
Because it's like, I put Montreal on it, and it's not on everything. It's on certain things, because it's kind of like how if you ever bought something from a top manufacturer, like a top brand, Gucci, Italy, right? That should be written Italy on it sometimes because it's from Italy. Louis, France. It has France written on it sometimes. Not all the time, not every piece, but you know the shit came from France. That's where this shit originates from.
That's the Mecca.
You know what I'm saying? That's the Mecca. It might have Milan or whatever on it. I'm letting niggas know this is the fucking Mecca. This is where, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gives us more clout. It gives us more recognition.
That's what's up.
And I feel like we're missing that.
That's what's up. Has there ever been like any previous name brand in Montreal that inspire you to do your thing?
Softly, in different ways. Yeah, in different ways. Like New Regime inspired me in a way.
New Regime?
To go big.
That's a Montreal.
Yeah, New Regime's one of the biggest brands that we have out here or had out here. And I just feel like they inspired me to feel like, because Montreal is a small, big place.
Yeah.
Like, where's all the big brands and all that? You talk about New York, any other city, like you can name brands from out there. So it's a small, big place. We're a big place, but like small in that sense. So we didn't really have other brands on that level. So when New Regime came out and they were on the same level as like certain other places from the States or some shit, you were like, what? Like these niggas really went mainstream. You didn't think that was possible out here. So it's like anything, like a nigga, like Michael Jackson's inspiration or Michael Jordan's, because it's like you don't think you can do these things. And you're like, wow, I could fucking do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Kobe, you get Kobe's. Because niggas like, yo, I'm doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they inspire me. New Regime, a couple other cats, they inspire me still.
My next question is like, name me your top 3 clothing brand.
In the city?
In anywhere.
Oh, anywhere.
Period. Your top 3 clothing brand.
Tough. But from the jump, we already know I'm like, before this shit, I'm a low head. Like, all you see is polo on me. 80% of my closet.
That's true.
That's number 1-ish, 2-ish. Then we got this brand called Kit. That's a New York brand. That he's one of my favorite designers. That guy is bonkers. He reminds me of Polo in the sense of, Polo is dope because it can do everything. Like Polo will make you army pants that like, yo, you pull out the insides, it's written some army shit in it. Like it makes clothes that's fashionably looks like what they're supposed to be. So if it's like a trench coat, it looks exactly like a trench coat, but it's fly. Like
some intricate.
Yeah, like it's fashion, but it's still fashion that's made functional. You know what I'm saying? You can still wear these hiking boots to go hiking, but they're the flyest hiking boots you've ever seen. You know?
What's your thoughts on Kanye with his big boots right now? As a fashion man, is this something that you see could be popping right now?
If it's popping, it's a different thing. Popping in Montreal, no, because we don't do high-end and fashion on a general. Like, there's always people who do it, but generally speaking, you don't really see niggas like locked on the street. You don't really see people in those boots. Like, you don't really see people in a lot of Yeezy stuff out here. Some of them, don't get it twisted, but we're not on that level of fashion. Like, we don't wear, I don't know if you know, what's it called? You know those pants that have the wide gaps at the bottom? They kind of line out. Kind of like bell bottoms, but there's a name for them. They're flare, I think they're called flare pants or some shit. Like if you go to States right now, shit's a popping everywhere.
Right now,
But like our fashion and people who really run fashion is not the same. and you meet a couple of cats. That's why like a couple of cats stand out because they're into like whatever's happening in fashion.
Okay.
But that's not everybody.
What's your views on Kanye's general fashion ability and what he's doing?
It's not made for me.
Okay.
Like I give it to him because he can do both.
Yeah.
So he can play both sports. He's Michael Jordan. He can play some fucking baseball. But I don't like him playing baseball. Like all this high fashion shit, I'm not into Christine Dior like that.
Okay.
Like I'm into the Dapper Dan who took Gucci and made it fashionable for niggas, for black people. So it's like I'm not really into looking like that weird runway shit. Like, and I felt like that's not us.
Yeah. Okay.
I felt it was never us. So now that we do that, I feel like that's weird, to be honest with you, because you can't find that back in the days. Not the same way.
So to clarify, it's a no for the Kanye boots.
No Yeezy boots, son. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Right. Yo, but the other joints, I'm gonna get a pair of 700s though. All depends what you're talking about.
On it.
The sneakers,
the
different tip.
Yeah, those are sick stuff.
But no Yeezy boots, son.
Is there anyone in Montreal that, or anyone period actually, that you'd like to do a joint venture with, like work on a brand on a collab together?
Look out for that Pure Lux. Look out for that Pure Lux collaboration. Pure Lux right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's, you're gonna do something with him?
That's the homie for sure.
Okay.
He's been going hard out here for a long time. He's like an OG out here. So I'm gonna drop something with him.
That's dope. That's dope.
And the homie's really good with his shit. He's nice with his
your
shit.
Brand like streetwear, like your clothes is for the street niggas, for the hood, like.
I wanna call it like more like. I don't want to call it that yet. I call it streetwear, but like, let's put some kind of like general streetwear out of it or something, because it's like I don't want it to be too streetwearish. You know what I'm saying? Like Nike ain't really considered streetwear, but every street nigga go wear it. Like I don't want it to be too streetwear because I feel like streetwear is still a box that I'm not trying to put
yourself
cream in. I got another clothing brand. It's called Trap in Paris. That's a box.
Okay.
Like you could make certain niche products, like you know what I'm saying, for people who fuck with rock and roll or this or that. That's always in a bump. But cream was not made to be like that. Cream was made to be something everybody fucks with.
Everybody, for the whole city.
The whole city. Your grandma wears Reebok just like the nigga on the corner, just like the little kid, doggy. Like it's for everybody, bro.
I feel you. Alright, so let's get a little bit more personal for our viewers, people who want to know who Tone Creme Montreal is.
You know what I'm saying? The guy.
Where are you originally from?
Woo! The west side of Montreal, basically. That's why I even have it tatted on me, like I have it on my fucking the west side of Montreal still, because I'm kind of moved, brody. Like even as you kind of know, like I grew up in Saint Laurent.
Okay.
Then you know, like I moved uptown. Then, you know, I even lived in Toronto for a year when I was a kid. Okay. Then I moved to DG. You know, I moved downtown for a year. But as long as it's the west side of Montreal, that's where I've been at generally. From there, I've been in DG, Montreal, you know, but...
NDG.
Yeah, I don't like to really claim one neighborhood too much, because even if I do, I swear to you, niggas, like some niggas be like, yeah. If I say I'm from uptown, some niggas be like, nah, not that nigga. Some niggas be like, yeah, for sure. Some niggas be like, he ain't from uptown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I could barely even do it. Even if I say I'm from CV, some CV niggas be like, yo, this nigga? Like, I was raised there, you know that. We like, but, so it's like, I say I'm from the west side of the city, bro, because I have nothing to do with
you don't want to specific it on.
Yeah, and I also have nothing to do. I never lived in the east. I don't go to the east. I don't have friends in the east. Like, there's a line there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
west side. I
don't like to speak French.
Yeah. Well, what about your background? What country is your parents from? Or?
Half Jamaican, half Guyanese. You know what I'm saying?
Guyanese. Okay.
That wild Guyanese.
Shout out.
All day.
And like, did you grow up with a mom, a dad? Like, what was the growing up? Did you have both parents in your life? What was that like?
It's a mom household. You know what I'm saying? Grew up with the moms.
Okay.
Dad was around. Like he's not out of the picture, you know what I'm saying? But he's not readily available, you know what I'm saying? We go see the dad here and there. I went to see my dad like once a year.
Yeah.
Cool homie, you know?
Okay, and as a young black man, because I know a lot of us didn't really grow up with our dad like that. Did that affect you in any way?
For sure. For sure, it definitely does. And even if you think it never does, it does. It affects everybody, you know what I'm saying? Growing up with a mom or with a dad, it always gonna affect you, but it's like, my mom did a fucking good job, so at the same time, it's like, first of all, I don't even think it affects you, you know what I mean? But it's like, we all need a father, you know what I mean? You need somebody a male role model to fashion yourself.
For sure.
After, even if it's not even a father, like I know people who grew up with like uncles or like grandfathers or whatever, and they had a good father figure, and they're grounded with that shit.
Sure,
and it's like you need something like that, or else we all know that shit. You're gonna run around and look at the wrong niggas examples and a father.
And as much as we love our moms, they're not dads, so they especially when we're young, we don't have that respect for them.
Not the same kind.
Off the jump.
Not
when we get older and we realize, okay, mom really went hard.
Oh yeah.
Then we respect them.
Because men at first don't respect other things that we weren't programmed to respect other things than like manly, like kind of like brute force shit. Until you get old, you're like, yo, these people be making crazy sacrifices for me. Shit I wouldn't even do. Like stirring that pot for how long or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, holy shit. Like she's a G, she's a gangster. Like she's hard, dog. Like for sure. But you don't see that as a kid though.
You stay blowing my mind all the time.